Welcome to the on-demand webcast of What's New with Sage Accpac ERP. Today we'll look at the Phase 2 release of version 5.4. Please note that this is only an overview of some of the features and functionalities released in Phase 2 of version 5.4. Additional information can be obtained from your solution provider. I will provide additional information at the end of this webcast on how you can contact your solution provider. In this presentation, we'll cover project and job costing, return material authorization, purchase orders, general ledger consolidations, and alert server. So let's begin with project and job costing. Under contract maintenance, you can now specify the default style for the contract projects. Previously, you could not set the style, either basic or standard, only the contract level. Now, the contract style is only used as the default style for the new project you assign to the contract. You can change the default style at any time, and you can change the style for particular projects until you save the project. Additionally, you can add a new category or resources to the contract's projects at any time. You can also specify a default tax group for a contract. In earlier versions, project and job costing used the tax group assigned to the customer in accounts receivable. With the new project and job costing, project maintenance now lets you specify a project style. Additionally, you can specify whether to generate an item or summary invoice for fixed price projects that use billings and cost or accrual-based accounting methods. A new tax tab is provided that allows you to change the tax group and customer tax classes for individual projects. The tax group for a project can be changed if you needed to calculate taxes for a jurisdiction where the governing tax authorities are different from those in effect for the rest of the contract. For fixed price projects that use an item type invoice, you can change the tax classes when entering equipment usage, material returns, and time card transactions. Previously, this could only be done for time and material projects. Project and job costing now conveniently lets you add a new project category or resource at any time. In earlier versions, you could change the open projects only by posting a revised estimate transaction. Note that if you use security in your system, you must have the Add a New Category and Resource authorization to modify an open project. The Accounts tab under the category now includes the Cost field that lets you specify the cost account to be used in the cost transaction for the category. A new cost transaction form is now available in PJC Transactions that lets you post the miscellaneous cost transactions from within project job costing for any category or resource category in the contract. For example, you might use the cost form to record a purchase paid from petty cash where you do not need to credit the vendor account. Previously, you had to post miscellaneous costs and accounts payable for a particular vendor. In the new materials allocation form, available in PJC Transactions, you can track materials used by reducing the stored amount as you use the materials for a project. This stored amount is used to produce the AIA Report. You can specify material allocations for current quantity and the amount that's actually used. With the new GL integration form, you can now automatically post general ledger batches you create with project and job costing and specify additional project and job costing data to include with transactions you send to general ledger. You can specify information for the journal entry description, detail description, detail reference, and detail comments for each type of transactions. With integration to accounts receivable, the PJC options form lets you post invoice batches automatically in accounts receivable when you post billing worksheets in project and job costing. You can automatically post AR batches as well. Project and job costing supports the new customer refund feature in accounts receivable. When you refund a prepayment to a customer, accounts receivable updates the total customer receipts for the project. With integration to accounts payable, when reporting taxes on retainage payable, project and job costing 5.4 supports changes in accounts payable to handle reporting taxes on retainage. You can choose the reporting tax on retainage either when you post the original document or as required by the tax authority. In previous versions, Accounts Payable updates the project and job costing with the total amount of tax, including the tax on retainage when you update the original document. Project and job costing now integrates completely with Sage Accpac Canadian and U.S. payroll. In earlier versions, you could update the U.S. and Canadian payroll only by exporting the time cards or by using the Update Payroll function. You can now post job-related time cards in Canadian or U.S. payrolls. The program updates actuals in project and job costing when you print the job-related paychecks. Also, you can now set up PJC employee records for both U.S. and Canadian employees in any currency. In version 5.4, there are many improvements to the billing process. When creating a billing worksheet, you can now specify a fiscal year and period to which to post the generated documents. Generating a billing worksheet that contains lines with hundreds of entities is now much faster than earlier versions. When reviewing the billing worksheets now include the new tax reporting currency, tax reporting rate type, tax reporting rate date, and tax reporting exchange rate columns. When posting billing worksheets, if you select the option Post AR Batch Automatically, the invoice batch is posted to Accounts Receivable when you post a billing worksheet in Project and Job Costing. In version 5.4, you can specify a fiscal year and period to which to post the revenue recognition transactions when you create the revenue recognition worksheet. You will notice that the posting is now much faster. In earlier versions of Project and Job Costing, you could not close the project that had invoices outstanding. In version 5.4, you can close the project if there are outstanding retainage payables or receivables. To post the retainage invoice for a project in Accounts Receivable or Accounts Payable later, you must reopen the project. With the Integrity Checker, when checking data integrity for Project and Job Costing, you can restrict the type of data to check so that it fits the time that you have available. Version 5.4 of Project and Job Costing has 3 new reports. The AIA Report required by the U.S., which allows printing of the G702 and the G703 reports, Committed Cost Auditing Reports, and a new Stored Material Auditing Report, which provides a history of material transactions that have affected stored quantity and cost amounts. You can also use the enhanced reporting features for audit list, transaction list, posting journals, committed cost reports, and contact information for each project. The Return Material Authorization, or RMA for short, is a new module in this release. RMA is an automated return management and repair tracking system that lets you control high levels of returns while providing superior customer service. More companies than ever before need integrated and automated systems to manage returns. Sage Accpac RMA lets you manage returns and repairs and provide the framework for improved customer satisfaction, early identification of product faults, rapid turnaround time, increased inventory accuracy, proactive return management, and it also simplifies and streamlines the repair tracking and billing process. The RMA module integrates seamlessly with Accpac's inventory control, accounts receivable, order entry, and the purchase order module. Some of the key features of RMA include automatic allocation and tracking of RMA numbers, an optional automatic creation of RMAs from original customer invoices, automatic creation of customer credit notes in order entry and returns to inventory, duplicate credit note checks, a creation of sales orders in order entry to replace returned goods. It also enables inventory returns to vendors in purchase orders and enforces the standards and item return policies. Other features of RMA include the ability to track claims for recovery purposes, the status tracking, which is based on user-definable internal and external status codes, and the restriction on employees who are allowed to authorize RMAs. The tracking abilities in RMA consist of fault type tracking, vendor warranty tracking, third-party repair agent tracking, serial number entry and tracking, serialized inventory integration, lot tracking integration, and it offers online inquiry to view the current status of returns. The new purchase order module now lets you set up contract price for inventory items, including regular vendor cost, volume discounts, sales cost, item tax statuses, and default unit of measure. You can set up contract price for each vendor. All vendor contracts appear in the Finder on the purchase order, receipt invoice, returns, and debit-credit note entry forms. As a result, users can easily view vendor contract cost information while entering a purchase order document. Vendor contract costs provide the default unit cost of items in purchase order documents. If the contract cost does not exist for an item, the program uses the default unit cost specified in PO options in the purchase order entry and receipt entry forms. You can now report taxes on retainage amounts when you issue the original invoice or when you issue the retainage amounts. Purchase order uses the settings for the tax authority in the tax services and the tax reporting settings in accounts payable and gives you the option to decide whether to report all taxes on the original invoice or to hold back the tax amount for the retainage portion. If you are not using inventory control, you can set up weight unit of measure and assign them to the items on the purchase item list. This will allow you to accurately prorate additional items by weight. Similar to the integration enhancements in other modules, you can automatically post general ledger and accounts payable batches created from purchase order. Additional features were added to the purchase orders, which included the ability to print invoice posting journals with audit information, adding user security rights for receipt entries, and allowing you to specify a taxing report currency and automatically calculating taxes in source currency, functional currency, and tax reporting currency. GL consolidation now allows importing of account groups. You can also import and export optional fields if needed. The new version of Alert Server released with Accpac 5.4 comes with two versions, the light version and the full version. The light version includes 5 free alerts, and the full version comes with 20 pre-built alerts. These alerts can be used as is or customized in the full version, and you can create an unlimited number of alerts in the full version. Thank you for taking time out to review the features of Accpac 5.4. We've only covered some of the features, so for a complete list of all the features of what's new in Accpac 5.4, please visit our website at www.sageaccpac.com/products/new to get a full feature list of Accpac 5.4. Or visit us at www.sage.com for additional products that can help you manage your business.